It's $5 Friday, y'all, and this week I ended up on a whole side quest chasing this deal for a 77-cent can of biscuits. I gotta tell y'all what happened. So I'm on my way to this store called Brookshire's. Now, I don't know if y'all have a Brookshire's in your area, but I just recently found that it's one not too far from me. So I went to Brookshire's, or I called myself going to Brookshire's, not knowing that they were doing a whole bunch of construction around it. So as I'm on my way to Brookshire's, I was on a 3-way lane highway that turned into 2 lanes. And of course, I was in the lane that made you turn right. The other lane went straight across the overpass and would have taken me right to Brookshire's. But of course, traffic was backed up as far as the eye could see. And if you live in Texas, turn signals means absolutely nothing. I could have turned my signal on to ask someone to let me in. That's not happening. At least not here in Texas. They don't believe in letting you in when you turn your signal light on. Turn your signal light on, that means get bumper to bumper with the next car. So I didn't even try it. Got in the turning lane and I turned right. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna U-turn and make my way back to where I'm supposed to be so that I can get to Brookshire's. So I'm driving and driving. I'm not seeing a U-turn anywhere, but I do see an exit where I hop off onto the freeway. So I got on this exit. I have no idea where I'm going. Hopped on the freeway and I'm just driving, and all I can see is cornfields and hay bales as far as the eye can see. I'm like, where am I? And I'm just driving and there is no exit in sight. So I'm just driving along, and eventually I came across this one exit that said FM something. I don't know if you're familiar with FM roads, but I think it stands for like farm to market. I saw this farm to market road. I'm like, Lord, if I hop off on this road, is it going to take me to some backwoods or something? Like, where's this road going to take me? So I hopped off on this exit, and lo and behold, a U-turn. I was able to U-turn off of this exit. So I'm going across the overpass and going back in the opposite direction on the freeway until I get to the exit where I was supposed to be for Brookshire's. But y'all, once I got to that exit, I couldn't get on the overpass because there was a retaining wall right here and the road goes under the bridge, and there was no way to turn to get to Brookshire's. So I had to loop all the way around to get on the overpass. And that's how I was able to get to that traffic light in front of Brookshire's. But y'all, got to the traffic light. This is Brookshire's right here. This is Brookshire's. The street in front of Brookshire's that allows you to turn into the parking lot was tore up. It's like somebody took a jackhammer and just tore it to pieces. And it had barricades all around it. So there was absolutely no way that I could turn into that parking lot from where I was. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, this can of biscuits is not even worth it. I have spent all of this gas money trying to get a 77-cent can of biscuits. And I'm thinking to myself, I might as well turn around and go back home, because I already spent 77 cents, y'all. So I'm like, okay, went down to the next traffic light, and I'm like, maybe if I cross over these 2 parking lots, I can enter Brookshire's from the side. And lo and behold, I was able to get into the side parking lot of Brookshire's. Parked the car, and y'all, I had to decompress because that was a lot. I had no idea where I was going when I got lost, but once I made it to Brookshire's, I had to decompress. And so once I collected myself, I got out the car, went into Brookshire's, grabbed my basket, found the biscuit aisle, and that shelf was clean as a whistle. You can imagine the disappointment on my face. I literally just went on a side quest for absolutely nothing. I'm standing there, I'm like, never again. Brookshire's can be giving away groceries. They don't ever, never ever have to worry about me coming back to this store. So I went back to my car and I just sat there. I just literally sat there. And I'm thinking to myself, Aldi has never let me down. Let me go to Aldi. Y'all, that was an ordeal, but guess who came in way under budget? Yeah. Now, whenever I make hot dogs, I always cook the meat in the oven. I don't know what it is about cooking them that way, but it gives them that sports stadium, it's game day kind of taste. Now, my go-to Frank is beef because to me they just taste a little better. But this is $5 Friday, and when you're trying to stay on the budget, you have to make choices. Sometimes you just have to look at what you can afford and figure out how to make it taste good. So that's what I'm doing with these $1 wieners that I found at Walmart. You could leave these plain, but I had a few things in the fridge that I knew were about to take these hot dogs to another level. And here's where last week's $5 Friday comes into play. I had some leftover chili in the freezer, so I pulled it out, heated it up, and spooned it all over the hot dogs. Then I found some shredded cheese in the fridge, so I'm just adding a little or maybe a lot right on top. And these are going back in the oven just long enough to melt the cheese. I actually ran out of my little red basket, so that's why y'all see 3, but there were a total of 8 chili dogs. So 8 chili dogs for $2, that's a good deal. For the next $5 Friday meal, we're making my version of homemade Hot Pockets. I'm starting with my ground turkey and I'm just browning it up in the skillet because I want to get a little color on the meat. Now, once the turkey is browned, I'm going to add some taco seasoning. This was a 33-cent packet that I picked up from Aldi. And then I'm going to give it a good stir and let that simmer a minute so the turkey can soak up all that flavor, y'all. Now it's time to work on the biscuits. I bought the flaky kind, so I needed to separate each biscuit at the seam because I wanted to turn one biscuit into 2 pieces of dough. Just take your time pulling these apart. Now, once I had them separated, I rolled each piece out. You don't want to roll these paper thin because you still need enough dough to hold all of the filling. But you also don't want them too thick because then you're going to end up with more biscuit than filling. So I'm basically looking for a nice little pocket that's big enough to hold the turkey and queso without everything coming out. So I'm putting queso on the bottom layer. It really does not matter which order you go in. And then I'm going to stick the taco meat on top. And this is where you have to resist temptation to overfill them, y'all, because it will bake outside of this biscuit. So I'm leaving a little room around the edges. That way, when I put the piece of dough on top, I actually have enough space to seal everything together. And I know it doesn't look like I'm putting a lot in each one, but once that cheese melts and everything gets nice and hot in the oven, there's going to be plenty of filling in there. Now, to seal the top layer to the bottom, what I'm doing is taking the water and rubbing it all around the bottom layer. Then I stick the biscuit on top. Now, the water helps the 2 pieces stick together, but you don't want to soak the edges. You can use a fork to crimp the edges, which helps seal them and gives them that little hot pocket look. And I'm just repeating that process until I have all of them assembled. Now, at this point, I'm feeling pretty good, y'all. The turkey is seasoned, the queso is in there, and everything is sealed up. So now all we have to do is bake them and see what happens. And here they are. They came out nice and golden. I'm just brushing a little more butter over the top and then sprinkling some cilantro. Y'all, this kitchen smells so good right now. Now, my only issue with these is I only made 7 because I dropped a biscuit on the floor. So yeah, I only had 7. And these things disappeared so fast that 7 was clearly not enough. My husband and middle son ate 6 of them and left 1 for Jordan. Now I had a decision to make. I could either go back out and deal with all that I had to deal with and buy another can of biscuits, or I could figure out how to make more with what I already have in my kitchen. I also thought about how hot it is in Texas. I do not like doing any type of shopping in heat, and it's 107 degrees out here. So yeah, I decided that I was staying indoors and making these homemade biscuits. Now, because I had taco meat left over and I needed to do something with it, I decided to just go ahead and make the homemade biscuits. Now, every recipe I went looking for asked for buttermilk, and I didn't have any buttermilk. Eventually, I found one that used regular milk, so I wrote down the ingredients and pulled everything out and mixed it all together. I haven't made homemade biscuits since I was about 10 years old. So the fact that I even remembered, y'all, that's something right there. That is really something. But I do remember watching my mom in the kitchen making biscuits. She would knead that dough with her fist and then grab the rolling pin and roll it out. And here I am standing in my own kitchen trying to do the same thing. I wasn't sure how these things were going to turn out, but I had a reason to try. I wanted Jordan to have more than 1 hot pocket. And since I already had all of this meat sitting here, I figured I might as well see what all we could do. So now I'm just cutting out the biscuits and I'm going to roll them out just like I did the other ones. Y'all, the cup that I used to cut out the biscuits, this cup is older than me. I got this from my parents' house, and they had this cup is from the 60s, I think. This thing is super old. So I'm using the same taco meat and queso for these, so the filling part is easy. I'm adding the filling and putting the second piece of biscuit on top and sealing the edges. The steps that I followed with the canned biscuits, I'm following with the homemade biscuits. Y'all, these biscuits came out so good and they taste just as good as the canned biscuits. I went from thinking I was going to have to go back out in that 170-degree heat to baking my own biscuits from scratch. And I got to give Jordan more than 1 hot pocket. So I think we did pretty good here.
That's an episode of Jordan's Reviews. I didn't really just wake up. I'm kind of just here right now, guys. You know, in that little zone where you just kind of spaced out. You're also kind of there, but you're also not there, but you're still there. Before I get started, how y'all doing, viewers? Are having a good day, night, evening, such, whatever it is? Anywho, let's actually get into what we're eating today. The taco hot pocket. I'm not gonna lie, it tastes like something familiar that my grandpa made, but I cannot place a finger to what it was. But it gives me kind of those vibes, and I don't know what it was, but I wish I could remember what it was, because it was absolutely smacking and busting. Like, it's just, I got hit with them nostalgic memory vibes right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have to get back to y'all on that. When it's gonna be one of those moments where I'm gonna be up in my room and it's gonna hit me like a lightning strike, like a strike of thunder. Y'all might not see it, but I might let y'all know later in the next video. I might be like, oh yeah, it was this, but
I heard 6'7".
You heard it. You're banned from the kitchen. We do not do 6'7" in this kitchen. That is bird. That is bad. No, you stop that. No. If I see it in the comments, y'all, I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get you. 6, yo, we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
We don't do that 6'7" minute. We need to burn everything down. Burn the whole place down. Matter of fact, this whole kitchen gotta go. Matter of fact, I gotta go. I gotta go, viewers. I am starving and now I'm thirsty. I gotta go. Love you, viewers. Big Bag Attack. Have a good day, night. God bless the day, night, evening. Yeah, I'm gone. Have a good day, y'all.
And that's a wrap. Another $5 Fridays in the book. We started with a 77-cent can of biscuits that took me on a whole side quest and ended up making chili dogs. And somehow found myself making some homemade biscuits. But y'all, that's what I love about cooking. You can start with a plan, and that plan can go completely sideways, and that's how you learn how to make a way out of no way. Now, if you enjoyed this week's kitchen adventure, stay tuned for next week, because next week is going to be a good one. Now, I don't know what kind of side quest we're going on next week. I'm hoping not to go on a side quest, but we shall see. So stay tuned for next week's $5 Friday. I hope you have an amazing day, and we will chit chat in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.